Hello and welcome to the first part of our XCOM diaries. My name is Matt Lees and I am an absolute mentalist fan when it comes to XCOM. Played the original hundreds and hundreds of times, so I'm in a pretty good place to be, well, good at this game supposedly. I'm going to build my base. You see, this is a difficult one. First of all, you've got to choose where you're going to go. I always like to go in Europe because obviously I am European, but let's be honest, the big bucks always seem to come from America. So let's just go for North America and be done with it. Now, one of the interesting things about new XCOM is it throws you straight into a combat mission at the start of the game before you get to do any of the stuff with your base, and actually in some ways I'm not sure about that. I like it because it does give you a kind of nice tutorial for the game, although this isn't actually the tutorial. I've got that switched off because I just want to dive straight in. The problem is these guys aren't my men, these aren't my squad. I haven't geared them up, I haven't given them funny names, I haven't chosen their haircuts. For God's sake. But, I'll try and get them through one piece. It's also worth mentioning that I've gone for the classic difficulty mode, which is actually quite difficult. It's not the hardest in the game, but it's not far off. And I've also chosen a mode which means I cannot reload. So if I do a mission and somebody dies, they're dead. Done. Now, I'll just show you a little montage of this first mission, because to be honest, maybe I was being a little bit cocky skipping the tutorial, and maybe I've been a bit cocky putting it on the second to hardest difficulty, because I struggled with this a lot. You've got 4 guys up against 6 sectoids, and they kind of rip me a new one repeatedly. My main tactic for a long time seemed to involve charging into battle and throwing grenades at the sectoids. A woman kept popping up and telling me not to do that because apparently it will destroy all the equipment and the bodies, which means that the research won't be as good. To be honest, that wasn't my main concern, because for a long time I was just struggling to survive, and I was also struggling to get within grenade range. As you'll see here, the AI is actually pretty good. They were using cover very well, and they will really give me a hell of a hard time. If you hide behind a full wall, then usually with starting gear you've only got about a 25% chance of hitting these guys. And they're also very small and irritating. However, they seem much more successful at blasting me to shreds with plasma pistols. After a while I realised that Overwatch was actually the best technique for dealing with these guys. Moving out very gradually and using Overwatch. Overwatch basically allows you to take pot shots at the enemy if they move. It doesn't work if they shoot at you. You don't get a free shot for every shot. But, a critical... You see, one of the harsh things about this first mission in the game is because you can't gear up your team, you can't give them med packs, which means when someone gets critically injured, you've basically got 2 or 3 turns to finish the level, or they're dead. And you'll see here, the sectoids are messing me up quite substantially. And basically things just devolved into a mess of panic. And, oh, this is a classic moment actually. This is me making a huge mistake. Woman hiding behind a burning car. What should she do? Well, the correct answer, of course, is she should run away. And she shouldn't start taking pot shots at things. 29% chance? Is that worth it? Well, apparently I thought it was. I missed. Guess what happens in about 20 seconds? Go on, just throwing that one out there. Have a think. Anything could happen. Maybe I'll complete the mission. Maybe I'll kill this sectoid with a grenade. But I think we can all see where this is going. I did use this technique on my 4th or 5th attempt quite successfully of bouncing grenades off the top of the van. But even that sectoid, because he's been buffed up, didn't do enough. Oh! The car blew up. Hands in the air if you saw that one coming. I'm afraid you don't get a prize. It took me 4 or 5 tries to actually nail the mission, and in the end the main tactic that really worked seemed to be using Overwatch properly. The trick seems to be getting behind a good bit of cover, then tapping Y to use Overwatch, which basically means if an alien then runs past, they'll take a pot shot at them. If you just use it without thinking, it doesn't really work very well, but if you put your troops in positions in which it's likely that an alien is going to dash past, then you start to wipe out them quite easily. At the same time though, they do the same thing, and you've got to be careful. Overwatch was a big help, but at the same time it didn't really do much good kind of bunkering down and staying in one place. Every now and then you do need to be brave and try that crazy flank. And admittedly on many occasions I did learn the hard way. Sploosh, dead. Eventually, however, I did manage to get my way through it and complete the mission. And actually I got a really good result. Killed 6 aliens, didn't lose a single dude. Sure, people got shot up a bit, but that's just war. It's just aliens. It's just how it happens. Anyway, that's the end of my first mission in XCOM. Now it's time to go back to the base and get things sorted out. Because let's be honest, you can't really feel at home, can you? Not until you've built your own base and sorted out your own squad. To find out how I get on in my next XCOM adventure, give the channel a subscribe, and come back soon.